Hey guys, how's it going? Back on the desktop now. We're gonna get started in a second here. All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the broadcast. My name is Cargos.
Hello.
And we're about to practice for Hardcore Fresh. Welcome back, guys. We got anyone here yet? Just made a new warrior. We died on our guy yesterday. I kind of don't know. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do today on stream. Like, part of me wants to play TBC, but we're getting so close to the Frontier stuff. Like, it's gonna happen in a few days that I feel like I need to like chill with TBC for a second, because Frontier is about to happen. We have the tournament tomorrow. If anything, I should have that in the stream title. Yeah, tournament tomorrow. And I'm, that's the next project, man. Frontier is the next project. We got to take it seriously. I am excited about it. So I think we're just gonna like level another warrior, more reps. Just get more reps in. Chilling to some nice Elwyn Forest music, hanging out with the boys, talking life, talking WoW. Yes, sir.
Hey there.
Keep the jerky, just
Safe travels.
Let's see if we got anyone in the house already. Oh yeah, we're starting to fill up. Yo, no way already.
What
Yo,
can I do for you?
Lazy
Be careful.
Cloud. I remember that name, of course. Of course, Lazy Cloud. Good to see you. Thank you so much for sharing that Twitch Prime with me. I appreciate it. Lazy Cloud been around since the Hero Vision days. We were one of Hero Vision's like
What can I do for
OG
you?
supporters.
Greetings.
Played a ton of hardcore. A fellow Bloodsail Buccaneer.
See you around.
Oh, it's great to see you, Lazy. Hope everything's good with you, fam. Hope everything good with you, fam. Feeling a little bit sleepy. I just cracked a fresh Alani cherry slush flavor, energy, 200 milligrams of caffeine hitting my brainstem. Just chaining stimulants together all day, trying to get through another day. Okay, except Egan Pelt Skinner.
Hey there. Good day
And then we
to
turn
you.
it into Egan Pelt Skinner. Let's not make the
You
same mistake
need
we did last
something?
time. And then we kill the wolves, and then we like basically grind to level 4. That's basically what we're doing. Basically. HC Warrior hype. What's up, Matt Sheppy?
What can I do for you?
So
See
guys, I
you
see some of you guys are here from the IRL stream. That was a mess. That IRL stream was a freaking mess, man. Kept losing connection. We'll get better. It'll just take some time. We got to learn how it all works. Get better equipment. We're gonna get a second phone phone, so I can check chat and play music and all that stuff. But I appreciate your patience, and hopefully it's somewhat entertaining for some of you. I think the IRL streams are gonna help build me like a real like cult following, real niche cult following of like diehard supporters. Hopefully, in theory, not gonna be for everybody, but I'll get some. It'll help me build the foundation of my community, getting back on my feet again. So, yeah, man, I've basically been streaming gym and pickleball and all the other shit that I do in my life almost on a daily basis, which I never thought I would do. But it's been fun, man. Thanks again for that prime. I appreciate it. How can we compete in the tourney? You just be ready, man. Be locked in. It starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow. The naming convention, all that will go out. Watch Ampy's stream. He'll be live at 7. I'll be casting the tournament with him all day long. So I get a lot of feedback from people saying like, "Yo, I wish you just like streamed longer, right? So I could just throw it up and listen to it." Because I don't stream that much. My gameplay streams are like maybe like 4 hours, man, and then I gotta go do something. But tomorrow we're gonna have like probably a 10 to 12 hours straight of just Ampy and me bantering about life and vanilla and classic. It's be a good time, man. You guys can keep it up on all day. And it wouldn't be the first time. I've casted a lot of other stuff with Ampy. We have a good dynamic. It's gonna be his channel is gonna be the main channel. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. No Hit Jerome's gonna be there casting as well. Human Warrior, yes sir. So far, I got a Paladin level 15 in about 4 hours. You think that's a good speed? 15 in 4 hours? It's alright, man, for hardcore. Like, you should get to 10 and maybe like 2 and change. Most people are just like leveling somewhat fast. Gonna get there about a little bit in 2, and then, you know, maybe like 30 minutes to level after that. You could probably clean some stuff up, but it's not bad. Level 10 was like an hour 30. Nice. Yeah, it seems really good. Paladin 1 to 10 is really fast. TBC is Biss. What up, Budkins? How you doing, Budkins? I remember that name too. Since summer 2019. Locking a little bit. How we doing on audio, guys? Do I sound okay? Game volume too loud? Help me out a little bit. One day I'll learn how to do it. What is Frontier 2? I can't seem to figure it out. Frontier 2 is similar to OnlyFangs. It's a community fresh, a community project. It's a successor to the highly successful Frontier original guild that was crushing and getting all the world first in official hardcore launch, led by Ampy, and a lot of the hardcore OGs playing it as well. So they're running it back. It's not really a content guild, it's more of like a sweaty guild, and the goal, the objective is to attempt to clear all of the content in vanilla World of Warcraft, hit KT's head on a pike, but do so with no world buffs and guild found. I also received some breaking news yesterday, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. I understand it. I respect the call. Is that so the brother and sister guilds that people are going to be able to play in alongside Frontier, we are not going to be able to trade with these guilds, which is kind of a bummer, man. But it is what it is. People are going to swipe. It's going to be hard to like keep tabs on all of it. And it's just going to be a lot harder to enforce kind of like the integrity of the challenge. So I think that was Ampy and team's call that we're going to have to just do everything within like there's the actual Frontier 2 guild, which is a bummer because I was hoping to reap lots of streamer bennies from all the homies in chat. But yeah. Yeah, it's hard to monitor. What's up, Sage? How you doing, Sage? How are you? Let me check in with YouTube. Any YouTube Andrews? Where the YouTube Andrews at? Always tired. Bobby Chuck. Brassbat. Alex Biles. Taz Dingo. How long did it take to get your chest tattooed? It looks really good. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words on that. Like, you know, the internet's savage. Like, if it didn't look good, people will let you know. But I'm glad it turned out good. How long did it take? Like, it was actually fast. My artist works fast. Like, I worked a lot with him, right? He did my whole body, so he knows what I can handle. He knows, like, my limits. In the past, he used to, like, do all this line work first, which is the painful part. And then we'd book in another meeting to do the shading. And the shading is really where it all comes together. But when you just have the line work done on the tattoos, it looks kind of incomplete. It looks a little bit scuffed. So it bothers me, and then I have to wait another 2 weeks looking kind of half finished. So we end up just full sending, doing the line work and the shading at the same time. And he works pretty quick with it. So to answer your question, the full chest tattoo, I'm going to say it was about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours total, start to finish. From him actually like sizing the piece, putting it on there, putting on the stencil. Yeah, no numbing cream, nothing like that. I've actually never used numbing cream for tattoo at all. And it's not because I'm on some moralistic high horse or anything like that. I just am too lazy to order it on Amazon. And pretty much like, it doesn't work instantly. If you use numbing cream for tattoos, you have to put it on like an hour in advance, and then it's just a lot of prep work, so I would say fuck it and I do it. It hurts for like a second, and then pretty quickly after they finish up, you don't feel it anymore. It's not painful at all. Well, yeah, if you have any questions about tattoos, if you guys are trying to get a tattoo or something like that, you have any questions like where it hurts the most, or what the healing process is like, or anything like that, like, or how to go about getting a tattoo, or really anything like that, happy to help there. Love talking about that stuff, or just talk about. Oh wait, oh I got baited. I thought the shiny red apple was a small red pouch. Dang it. Yeah, so right now we're just grinding to like level 4 basically. When you start looking at like the 1 to 10 speedrun meta and all that, pretty much all the classes are pretty much grinding to 4. It ends up like just being a cleaner ending, like with all the quest chains, just tempoing out to 10. But I think it's a good strat actually. I think it's a good strat, just grinding to 4 on these mobs because they're extra weak. They have good loot, and you're basically like getting good value from them while they can still give you XP before you over level them. I'm gonna kill a few more. We're gonna vendor too, get our economy off to a good start. But yeah, man, today we're just practicing for Frontier 2. Practicing for Frontier 2. June 19th is when it all goes down. Tomorrow, the 14th, is when the hardcore leveling tournament happens. Lots of prizes, cash prizes, rewards in Frontier. But we're just getting some reps in. I'm going Warrior, boys. We've been decided. We're on the roster. Ampi put us as a tank. There's only like 4 tanks on the roster or something. So like I'm like, whoa, dude. He's like having some faith in me right now. So I really don't want to let him down. I don't want to let the team down. I am taking this project like pretty seriously, you know. Like for me, it's like a personal challenge just because I've been away from the game for a while. I want to like prove to myself, hey man, I'm not washed yet. Like I still got some tread on the tires. Like, you know, I'm not the best player in the world, but I can still make it. I can still get to 60. And like I think that this Frontier 2 thing will have a bit of a role in shaping like the history of hardcore WoW. It's a pretty cool challenge. But yeah, I'm taking it seriously. This will be like my main content day to day. I'll be streaming it pretty much every day. Frontier 2. Is it going to be as popular as OnlyFans? Surely not, right? Surely not. Surely. But it'll still be pretty fun. I love these community challenges. You got this. What's up, Christian? Good to see you, brother. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot, but I can't help it. I drink this faster. It's because I went out last night. That's why. Didn't get too much sleep. Deep Prot and MC. I don't know. He does have me listed as protection. And, you know, protection could be the move. But I have never played Protection Paladin. I mean, I've never played Protection Warrior. I've gone, like, Defiance and just gone normal, like, Fury, you know, Fury Prot. Multiple times. I've done that. But full-on sending Deep Prot, like, I have no idea how that's going to go.
Need something?
Or really how to play that.
Good day to you.
Like, I'm worried that, like, my lack of experience with Deep Prot, like, I could get somebody killed, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. I do want to be in a tanking mentality rather than like a pumper DPS warrior mentality the whole way up. I want like even from the start, like so when I'm dual leveling with only and stuff, like I want to be my mindset is going to be like mitigation. My mindset is going to be like stacking stamina and armor.
Let me with you. Need help?
You know, I don't want to be a greedy like goblin type of warrior. I actually am in a unique position though. This might be why Ampi put me as one of the tanks too, because I'm one of the only people that did play warrior before without world buffs in the form of Psalm. I played all of Psalm, and Psalm had no world buffs, and that's why like I'm kind of wrong about a lot of things with warrior too. Like when I was talking to Ampi the other day, I was like, yeah, you know, warrior has such a dynamic rotation. You have to kind of like go off feel and intuition and stuff like that. You get spiky rage and like, you know, you don't have enough rage to maintain a heroic strike with every main hand swing and blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah, you do. Like with world buffs, yeah, you do. Like 100%. You just literally, you know, spamming all your abilities as fast as you can with world buffs. But I played with no world buffs in Psalm, so it actually was kind of like how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be how it's gonna be like in Frontier 2, where you don't have unlimited rage. Only the tank does. The tank has unlimited rage because they're getting hit. But if you're not a tank, like you know, you have to be really careful with your rage. Like Whirlwind is a bait. Like you really don't want to be using Whirlwind that much. So, oh my gosh, did we not train? We did. Phew. Train Charge, we trained Rend. Charge and Rend, baby. There we go. It's just like here for now. It's not that bad. Did it before Shield Slam. Shield Slam. Yeah, like in Psalm, I was part of this guild called Cleave. Shout out Cleave. One of the coolest guilds. One of the coolest group of people I ever gamed with. They're still gaming to this day. I had a tank. Oh shit! Look who it is, guys. It's Ampi. What up, brother? If you want to chill in Discord at all, bro, I'm down. I'm like kind of sleepy right now, dude. I'm chugging this energy drink, but we're locked in, brother. We're practicing for Frontier. That's the project, man. I'm trying to step up for the team, man. I'm trying to step up, dude. I'm trying to put the banner on my back and run it across the end zone. Yeah, we did good yesterday, man. We died at level 7. Real good. Psalm was so good compared to Sod. Yeah, agreed. Psalm underrated, dude. Psalm super underrated. And I'll never get people to agree with me on it. People didn't think there was enough changes. But if you know, you know. If you're a true 112 enjoyer, you know, man. You know about Psalm. You know that it was actually solid. Even the multi-life. The ranking, everything. I mean, the only thing that was bad with Psalm, only thing, was the no world buffs. No world buffs is what stopped it from like uniting the whole community. Wish I could have played Psalm. The timing was just so bad. Yeah, it came out during TBC, guys. No, when did it come out again? It was during TBC, right? Or was it in between TBC and Wrath? I think it was during TBC. And I actually remember I was talking to a Blizzard employee, I won't say his name, but like he was saying that like they were getting a lot of shit for cannibalizing their player base. Because like, you know, they just launched this new project right in the middle of another project. So like they got a lot of shit for it. So the timing actually was an issue with some. It was an issue. But yeah, the no world buff thing, if you cast your mind back there towards when Psalm was coming out, you had Lottie, Salve Dali, a lot of the other like real hardcore like endgame raider type classic Andes. They really enjoyed the PvE endgame side of things. Like they were like boycotting it. And you know, because vanilla without world buffs, it's like antithetical to them. And I actually agree with them. I 100% agree with them. Like Psalm was worse because there was no world buffs. But it was also interesting. It was like the one time they tried that and we got to see how it was. And was it still playable? Was it still fun? Yeah, it was. Like, you know, you can play it without world buffs. It doesn't feel like an alien game. You know, the pecking order is still relatively the same. Round class is still top DPS. You're still pumping. But, you know, the no debuff slots, my favorite thing about Psalm. Dude, that was so fire. So fire, dude, the no debuff slots. People could actually press their buttons, have a good time, even if they weren't top DPS or whatever. Like, they can actually press their buttons. What's Soul Soap? How you doing, Soul Soap? They came out before Black Temple patch, which was like PTBC. Oh yeah, I could see that being bad timing, man. But dude, I mean, we made a big splash. Like, that's Road to Rag. Road to Rag was Psalm, if you guys remember. And we had the whole community. It was OnlyFans before OnlyFans. Like, it really was, right? It was OnlyFans. I wouldn't even be surprised if they came up with the idea of OnlyFans based off Road to Rag. And they were like, oh, they basically just improved it. They improved the content side of it. Like, they saw what we did. And they're like, oh, that's a sick idea. But, like, they handled it wrong. Like, they weren't, like, content pilled enough about it. Like, we should do the same thing, but be, like, super content pilled about it. And that was smart. Well, you know, our whole team was, like, the pioneers, you know. We just wanted to see if it was possible. They already knew it was possible because of what we did. So, Deviate the Light Hype. What's up, Uncle Daddy? I think BizKiff came up with the idea of OnlyFans. But you do think it was like completely like uninspired by Road to Rag and all that? Like it was just completely separate, random? Because the thing is, you have to realize like it's hardcore. So like, it's not like this is just a project that's not hardcore. It's tied to hardcore. They must have looked at the other hardcore stuff. But yeah, just the idea of like, you know, noobs playing it and all that. I thought Soda made OnlyFans. I mean, they're all like the same team, right? OTK. Gotta avoid the level 4s on game day. Oh, of these Defias thugs, and just target the threes. You're saying, or what are you saying? I do remember though having these really weird conversations with Navik back in the day. If anybody remembers Navik, he was my Classic Battle Live homie. We played in the same guild together. He came to my wedding. He was like my original wingman in WoW, like even more so than Graze and stuff. And he was like just a monstrous wealth of knowledge. He just had a giga brain for Classic. And he was talking about the ideal mob you want to kill is your level. If you're killing one that's higher level or lower level, it's going to be less optimal than a mob at your level. So ideally, you want to be killing mobs at your level, especially early game. The formula of like XP loss or whatever ends up softening the deeper you get. So if you're like a 59 killing like a 53, it's not so bad. But if you're like a level 4 killing a level 2, it's a huge difference in XP. But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. There's so much min max in this game, right? Like even when Tommy's doing his 1-10s or tactics or DD or whatever, like they're very much cognizant of the level of mob they're attacking. Like if you're a 2 and you're attacking a 3, it's like not good. You know, they're looking for the 2. They're trying to find. My best 1-20 warrior time solo self found is 7:38. So not the best number. Well, that seems pretty solid though, man. Under 8 hours warrior solo. Was it? It was just all natural. You didn't like give it any good gear or anything like that. Seems really good, bro. What's up, Mr. Music Monster? How's it going, brother? How's your day going? No gear, but 2 6-slot bag start. Yeah, but it dropped naturally for you, right? So that's good. That's good. That's good. Epoch hype. Do you think a real Classic Plus will ever come? Just depends how you define Classic Plus. I think Blizzard is going to attempt something. I honestly, I just get a headache when I think about all of it. I get a headache. Some of it sounds cool, some of it sounds bad. I do think both Blizzard and the community lost sight of the original vision for Classic Plus. The original narrative for Classic WoW, the Nostalrius, the Mark Kern petition, all of it, all that like ancient lore towards how we got here, that culture, that community, that vibe, that underdog, just all of it. The camaraderie you felt as a Classic player, that's all dead, right? It's literally 100% DOA, dead. We'll never get it back. 100% dead. Never get it back. It's like everyone's just like a lost sheep right now. We're just like, we've opened up Pandora's box. We're all in with the changes. We're doing Sod Frankenstein. We tried Som. Like there's just, Classic Plus originally was supposed to be vanilla with sprinkles. Take the world, iterate on it, maybe a fresh coat of paint. Don't change it so it's unrecognizable of a game. Expand on the world, make it feel like this is the version of vanilla that like we could have had if they had more time to develop it. Is that going to be the design philosophy this time around with Classic? I really do not think so. It's more of like they're trying to actually radically change the game and make it feel like an entirely new game, which is a fine, logical way of doing it, but it's definitely different from people's original thoughts on Classic Plus. Feel me? So I don't know, dude. The more and more I hear about the changes and what they could potentially add, I'm open to it. Maybe it's possible it could be good. But what I want them to actually properly and respectfully preserve the trilogy, man. I want 112, 243, and 335 preserved so you can play them as they were without any Acti Blizz changes on them that are probably worse, because that was the game. Love it or hate it, that was the meta, those were the classes, those were the limitations, that was the functionality at the time. All of it plays a role. And don't change the formula. Like, just have that original, authentic formula be playable in some way, always and forever. the original legendary goated trilogy.
Hey there.
And if you can do that and be
How
good
are
custodians of the game and provide that for the people, then do whatever you
See you
want.
around.
Like, knock yourself out, dude. Make Classic Plus. Add new zones.
What can I do for you?
Add a Warp Stalker mount. Add a boost.
King's honor, friend.
It's okay. Like, all that stuff is going to hit different if the game is properly preserved. But it's really not. Because Era is not that. Anniversary is not that. They're all kind of Frankensteins. They are all kind of Frankensteins. Classic Plus has been co-opted by Retail Andes to be the original game, but with more vanilla type flavor. They need Kevin Jordan back. Yeah. Give me a 4-year loop of Era until TBC. I play until 80 years old. Vanilla TBC, Watlika on a loop. You have Era service for each. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I want. But don't you agree though? Like, we would be, because there are some people that still agree with me, right? I know I'm the minority. I know I'm Deckard Cain out. I know I'm the doomsayer on the street with the cardboard sign, writing John 3:16 on every, like, you know, bridge and bathroom. I know that's me, but there's still a few of us out here that feel that way, right? And it's like, if they can just provide that, like, we'll have more of an open mind and be more optimistic towards Classic Plus because they've properly, like, you know, preserved our game. And there's a future for just 112, 243, 335, the original versions of the game. It's like, okay, can you psychoanalyze me or something, guys? Why does it all feel fake to me the second you make changes? Can you explain it? It feels like is it just, that wasn't it? Like, anytime they make a change, it feels fake. It feels like I'm playing a fake version of the game. Like, I want it to be like the original values, original everything, so it feels kind of real. I don't like playing fun servers, really, you know what I mean? Like, I just want authentic 243, authentic 112, authentic 335. I do have some cognitive dissonance with that because, you know, there is stuff like Chrono Boon, which is easy for me to get behind and stuff like that, but I don't know. Wow, not worth it after TBC. Yeah, I mean, if my love and, you know, for WoW was like a pie chart, I've said this before, like, probably 75% of my, you know, attachment to this game is vanilla. You know, 20% or 25% would be TBC, and then like 5 or 10% would be Wrath. So Wrath is still there, but it's not like a huge piece of it. I like the music, I like how the zones look, and it reminds me of high school. Wrath. But yeah, if I'm not playing the trilogy, I'd rather just be playing pickleball or doing something else with my life. Doesn't sound terribly appealing to go play like Frankenstein, like Ascension WoW, Turtle WoW Frankenstein patch, like, you know, some like zombie of like the original game I liked. Even if it's like objectively better to like Joe Schmo. You know, everybody has their own opinion, right? Like of what's better, what's not better. So let's just go with the original formula, you know. You know, the original formula is the only real one. No cooldown or chrono would be nice. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing though. Like, I think like Classic Plus should have Chrono Boom. Classic Plus, you can have Stormrend buff. You can have these things in it, right? But then there should be Era as well. It doesn't have any of this. That's what Era should have been. You know, dude. The fact that Era, yeah, honestly, the fact that the ranking system is what it is on Era right now, like, to me, is like an actual travesty. Like, they significantly changed the game, and I get it, because there's almost no way to get 14 gear at all anymore on like a really established, matured realm. But it was still possible. There were still people running Sands and doing it and finding a way to do it. They just didn't like that meta, I guess, and they wanted to make it super easy mode. And I mean, it's not easy. You still have to grind, but you see what I'm saying? They just stripped all the prestige away from it. They just stripped. That's part of vanilla, love it or hate it. That was part of the game, and now it's no longer in the game. That original 14 system is no longer in the game, right? There's no place where you can have that system right now. It doesn't exist. It's been deleted from the game files. We ran Sands on DV to Light when AV wouldn't pop. Yeah, that's what they were doing on Mancrick. That's what they were doing on the other servers as well. Running Sands. At that point, just do what Saw did with World Buffs. I don't think the old version is going to hold up, keep a large player base after so many have played this new one, but that's okay though. That's okay. It doesn't have to hold up for everybody. It's literally like a timepiece. It's a timepiece. For some people, they will always want to go back and play 112 as it was, and it deserves that. It's literally the best game ever made by humans. Like, it deserves to be like preserved in a way. Like, but that's why you have multiple versions of it, right? Like, even if most people are playing Classic Plus and they like it, you know, just the original time-tested formula for 112. It has stood the test of time. There's been hundreds of private servers just, you know, based off of it, and there's always a demand for people to play it. Just the original. You don't even play Era though? I mean, it just depends. What do you mean? Like, I had characters on Era. I had like 10, 15, 60s on Era. Like, I have characters on Mancrick. I have characters on DV to Light. I have characters on Atish. But am I like actively raiding and stuff? No, yeah, you're right. I'm not actively raiding on it. But like, maybe if it was just, if we didn't have Anniversary, if we didn't have Anniversary now, I'd be playing Era. Yeah, we just have Anniversary. And this is going to TBC and stuff. But like, if there was no Anniversary, I'd be playing Era. I'd probably like be trying to like revitalize DV to Light or something. But yeah, the tournament is tomorrow, guys. If anyone wants to play in it, it's free to enter. There's lots of prizes. It starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. on Ompi stream. I'll be casting it with them all day. It's a 1 to 20 race. But even if you're not the fastest leveler overall, it's okay. Like, it's going to be like class-based prizes. So you could just be the best druid or warlock or anything like that. And then Frontier actually starts on the 19th, which is next Thursday. One Night Elf, I don't get grief. Still wasting time. Still waste time waiting on Ren. You can run your own server for the original experience. It's simple. Yeah, and you know, maybe one day I will do that. Maybe one day I'll just create, like, I'll try to do the community proud, or like do it justice, and I will create that, and no one will ever know. And it'll just be vanilla that's actually like in its best form. And then, you know, TBC and Wrath or whatever. You don't even play Era though, you were just supporting Baron griefing. I'm a Night Elf, I don't get grief, still wasting time Ren. Oh, Sandown, are you the guy who was like upset about Storm Ren, the guy that was ganking me the other day? Your name's it's coming back to me now. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, bro, like I still stand by that. Like, I'm not trying to have ego or pride. I'm not trying to be pirate software right now, bro. Like, I'm being completely honest with you, man to man. Like, I do care about this game. You can talk all the shit you want. Oh, you don't play Era, you don't actually raid. The point is simple. Give Blizzard an inch, they take a mile. You see how easy and fast it is for them to just Frankenstein this game into oblivion. Like, I don't like them making changes to Era. Era should be the closest thing we have to just pristine original vanilla as it was, right? Like, you're gonna make all these changes, like do it the Classic Plus. That's the whole point of it.
Something? See you
or
around.
Anniversary Realm, or Psalm, or Season of whatever. But Era should, like, Druids do not use polearms in vanilla. It's just a fact. It's almost like that's the physics. That's like the foundation. That's just the physics of vanilla WoW. That's just the mechanics of vanilla WoW. That's just the official God-given lore of vanilla. But Druids don't use polearms in vanilla. Does it really matter that they use polearms? No, but it's just like saying the sky is blue. Up is up, down is down.
Well met.
They don't.
What can I do for you?
And Blizzard
Light
just
bless you.
seems like a stupid change, but like,
careful.
they were just like, you know what,
Or
you know,
the
like the best
Alliance.
game of all time that's basically like hollowed in many people's eyes. You know, like we just had a little meeting this morning over coffee, and we're like, man, you know, it'd just be easier if druids could
What
use
can I
pole
do
arms.
for
Like
you?
we'll
Greetings.
just add pole arms to druids. Like it'll be fine. No one will really care, right? Like the pole arm change was the turd in the punch bowl. But was it a bad change? It's not about if it was a bad or a good change, bro. It was just a change. The era. And it was actually the part of the reason why that petition was successful was like it was a breach in the contract Blizzard made to the players, saying that like, you know, you're always going to be able to log into Era and play vanilla as it was, like as it was on the last day of TBC pre-patch. That was like the exact words they used verbatim, right? They've already breached that so much, it's wild. Like look at the 14 system, the disrespect that that actually shows to the people who put in the work during Summer 2019 Classic. The Gen 1 Faralina rankers, the Gen 1 Herod rankers, the Gen 2, the Gen 3, the people who did it on SOM, even the people who did it at any point in time. You just devalue that. You give out Salvation Army rank 14 gear, bro. Dollar Tree rank 14 gear. You take away that culture. You delete that culture out of the game of rankers. So disrespectful. I would like Classic Plus if it was just horizontal progression using existing assets and visuals from vanilla, just in unused areas of the map, and maybe different colors on gear, etc. Let's get Garrick said. Yeah, it's not a bad thought. Rank 14 changes so dumb. They remove the value of ranking. Rank 14 means nothing now. Yeah, and you know, it's actually bigger than just the gear. You know, to me, actually, the biggest thing is the culture. The culture and the people. The people who unironically like vanilla WoW PvP. It's like now we're ashamed of vanilla WoW PvP. Now we're shaming people even wanting to fight in these BGs. Like, it's like that used to be a thing, man. That there was a group of people that, yeah, is vanilla WoW the most balanced, amazing skill expression thing of PvP, is like the perfect game. I mean, I don't know. If, in any ways, it's very fluid, right? Because of the consumes and the gadgets and the gizmos. So it's not, they're really, it isn't that rock, paper, scissors, because there's so much ways you can alter your class. But that's the real damaging thing for me about the change with 14, is that like that group of people that enjoyed PvPing in vanilla WoW, they probably feel marginalized right now. Like, okay, well, I guess no one enjoys PvP in vanilla now, and it's just a meme. 1v1s in vanilla are the only fun part of PvP. I don't know. Like a good Warsong game is really a lot of fun, right? But honestly, Blizzard just doesn't care about PvPers. You can still out of bounds in Warsong, right? Am I right, guys? You guys would know better than me, but I'm pretty sure they did never change that. You can just indefinitely grief a Warsong as a druid and just be out of bounds, and I don't even think you're gonna get banned or anything. You can just out of bounds forever. They don't care about the community. I don't think. I think they care about the community, but I think they care about like the PVE, you know, just normie, lowest common denominator, random guild rating at a random level, casually clearing. There's nothing wrong with it, but like they definitely don't care about the PvP community. You know, because like I'm pretty sure that's still in the game, unless I'm wrong. But druids can just grief a Warsong indefinitely. If a druid has beef with somebody and they don't like them, and some of these druids are sociopaths, the actual flag carrier types, like they rank to 14, D rank, and then rank to 14 again. They rank to 14, they start another druid rank to 14 all over again. Like some of these guys are cooked in the brain, man. These big ego flag carrier druids.
See you around.
If they don't like you, they have a problem with you, you wronged them in some way, they'll just grief your game. And then now your honor per hour is tanking and you get completely stuck. You're powerless. They just sit outside the map. The Boons remove that. They let RMT bots gold buying run wild while the Mexican profit for a community that doesn't care. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we all have the things that matter to us. I just think, like, for me, I'm throwing my hat in the ring for that. It's really for the PvP community. It's for the 14 system.
Hey there.
It's going, look, guys, once upon a time, we did care about that stuff, and there was a group of people that loved Warsong Gulch, and that you ask them. To most people, the concept sounds absurd, right? What's your favorite part of Vanilla WoW? And you say Warsong Gulch. That's a real group of people, and it's not as few as you think. Like, they really love it, man, and they're good at it, and that's what they do, and they just want good, high quality games, and they like the ranking system, the culture, making the push. I just like. I really think there was another way to do it instead of what they have now with the 14 system, where they just made it a little bit more chill, not as degenerate, but you're still able to keep that community, keep that culture of ranking, still have it be like a big grind. They hit 14 and just not as much. And I had my, like, you know, my thoughts on how they could do that, right? Just changing the formula so there's more bracket 1 slots, more bracket 2 slots. I mean, anything would have been better than what it is right now. It's kind of dog water that if you want to play competitive Warsong Gulch, you go to RMT. That too. I mean, you know that's another way they could have taken care of the community, is they could have just put together a like battleground PvP type of like henhouse server.
I supply only.
You know the only problem with that, though. You know the only problem with that, guys.
Be careful.
If they put that together, those PvPers wouldn't even play regular servers. They would just play on that all the time, and they really wouldn't level characters, and they would just play that server over and over again. But maybe that's not even a problem. But that just kind of goes to show that they just want to be able to play the game, right? With the consumables that they need. They don't want to have to swipe. They don't want to have to...
I supply only the finest.
They just want good, fair play.
See you,
you know, later. You could do dueling on that server. You could do competitive AB, Warsong Gulch. Always hits. Microtransactions were the death of quality games. You have vendors buy all the consumes. Yeah, kind of like what they have on private servers. Like even right now on the TBC one.
Be careful.
Okay, buy and equip a Gladius from this guy.
Hello.
Honored friend.
536. Yes, dude. Finally something worked out.
You need something?
We reached the checkpoint and we have enough gold to buy it. So good, man. Except Kabod candles. Kabod candles.
Hello.
Well, this run is actually pretty clean. Like, it's not like red,
something?
small red pouch clean, but pretty clean, man. What do I get at 6? I don't think it's anything important. Except gold dust exchange.
Good day to you.
Let's not die in the Fargo decline, shall we? I'm hoping AI will make it a lot cheaper to produce new games. We might start getting some really quality MMOs again. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, but what's the point of Blizzard spending hella resources for a good Classic Plus if retail microtransactions make way more? I mean, I have no idea the X's and O's of it all, what makes more money and by what margin, but, you know, this is a big part of why their company was successful. Vanilla WoW. This is like the heart and soul of their company and how it started and how it became popular. Like Warcraft 3, Vanilla WoW, TBC. Like, these games should be absolutely legendary, like goated games that they revere at Blizzard and want to preserve. And, so they should just do a good job with that. Like, I don't know how they do it at this point though, with already having changes on Era. It probably, I mean, maybe it's not too late. So like, let's say that they do announce Classic Plus and Classic Plus is coming out, and they say like, you know, we're taking a lot of these quality of life changes that we implemented in Era, and we are shifting them over to Classic Plus, and Era is actually going to be reverted to like original kind of 112 state. Wonder how people would react to that. I feel like some people would maybe lose their mind. You know, because who's the predominant player base on Era right now? It's not so much levelers. I think it's probably the GDKPers. People refer to it as GDKP land. It's the people who love Boon and GDKP and just
good day to you.
Whales and sharks and buyers and oilers, speedrun, all that. So I don't really know how they would even do it. Era will never be in a 112 state. It's 113. Yeah. I don't see a path where they could even revert it to 112. But like like I said, I do want pristine 112, 243, and 335, and I really don't think that's like the least crazy thing to want. It just makes sense. It's classic WoW. It's about revisiting the classics in an authentic way. Been saying this forever. Make the way green stats have RNG rolls, do so on blues and epics, and the replayability skyrockets. Yeah, no, I've thought about that as well. I think that's actually a really good idea. You want to give people a reason to replay dungeons as well. So having like, you know, an Emberstone staff drops, but it's not optimal stats, and like maybe you're looking for that perfect twink weapon or whatever, you're trying to get high roll stats on everything, but it's still the same, you know, iconic weapon. That'd be a way of doing it. I actually would not be opposed to that in like a Classic Plus or not an era, obviously. What about spell batching? Do you think that made vanilla feel original? I mean, there is still spell batching, even in this right now. It's just the window of spell batching has been made more contemporary. Like, I think in vanilla it was originally almost half a second, like 0.4, it's like 400 milliseconds or something. So people remembered all of those interactions, like, you know, you get a polymorph at the same time as you know, like a gouge or a blind or something, and both players get CC'd, and having to play around the batch window, and people had these memories saying like, oh, that's part of what made vanilla awesome, right? Like these funky interactions, but then it ended up feeling really bad and slow. So they still kept batching in, but they just reduced the batch window, which is actually what private servers had done. People just didn't have to really like put the pieces together, so they reduced it from like 400 milliseconds to like 100 milliseconds. And now I think everybody's happy. There still is batching, just short. Well, like, do I think they would need to revert it to 400? I don't know. Like,
Hey there.
maybe if you really want a pristine server that was as it was, and I'm not trying to be like a cherry picker, yeah, then maybe we have the 400 millisecond batch window. But if there was going to be like one change or two small not even changes, right? Those are just like, those are like technological upgrades, because that's literally why they had that. I'm pretty sure it was that there was technological limitations back then. It would be stuff like that, right? Having gear that is better for hybrid classes while leveling would be nice too. Instead of 3/3 agi stand piece, it could be 2/2 1/1. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, right? To go through, even as a community or with some friends, and with a fine-tooth comb, just go through all the quests in the game. Look at the quest rewards, try to make them a little more interesting and compelling. And just doing that to enough things will make the world feel bigger. This is, of course, in like a Classic Plus environment, right? You go through the professions, you go through the vendors, you go through the quests, you look at all the rewards, and you just try to make things a little more interesting, so there's not as clear of a choice, a little more consideration.
You need something? Safe travels.
And we never got pre 1.4 stats on items. Oh, you mean like progressive itemization? I've played on servers with progressive itemization. I wasn't a huge fan of it, to be honest. That's another one that feels kind of, I mean, it just feels so bad, dude. Like, Everlook was progressive itemization, right? Can you imagine doing MC and like 70% of the items don't drop? That's what we're dealing with, right? Like, you're dealing with no recipes, no hunter leaf, no benediction.
What can I do for you?
There's not even Major Domo. I think you can't even fight Major Domo or something, like. And then you're just running MC for nothing, for like almost no gear, just pennies on the dollar, and then randomly at some arbitrary point, all the items just change. Like, just in your bag, you log in one day and all the items have just been changed. I'm leveling blacksmithing for the first time, and it really sucks that the items you make always feel 5 to 10 levels behind your character. Totally, man, totally. That's what I'm saying, though. For like a Classic Plus, you go in there, You look at all the items. You can keep the same item names or whatever, but you make
Need
them
help?
a little more viable, a little more interesting, a little bit more useful. And all this will make the game world feel bigger and less scripted. Oh, you're talking about the wands and stuff? Yeah, but then you're just kind of picking and choosing what you want to have be progressive itemization and what's not. In your opinion, what are some underrated or never talked about HC duo comps that are interesting? Underrated? I'd say actually Pally Warlock is really goated. Pally Warlock is sick. And it doesn't see, you don't really maybe see the immediate synergy with Pally Warlock. But it is actually there. The Pally can play it multiple ways. Like, you can play it as kind of prot, where you're gathering everything and you're consecrating, and the Warlock is like hellfiring on top of it. You can play it where the Pally is really just a healer for the Warlock, and the Warlock is just multi-dotting everything, right? And you're just keeping the Warlock topped. There's a lot of cool interactions where, you know, you can like bop the Warlock and they're like hellfiring on type of stuff. You both get free mounts, which is just like an insane gold savings. You're both the same in the sense that you're both like immobile classes. Paladins have like no mobility, Warlock has no mobility, so you're kind of like turrets together. And I remember messing with it on the beta and on private servers with my buddy Navik. We leveled Warlock Pally. It's just like there's a lot you could do with the comp. You can play it in different ways. It's kind of fluid, and it's quite fun. A lot of buffs, a lot of utility. The other thing you can do actually is you can use concentration aura, and there's this Warlock talent that gives Hellfire, some of your channeled abilities pushback resistance, and then you pair that with concentration aura, and Warlocks are able to like kind of just like Hellfire tank stuff. It's kind of cool. Navashed, yup. What up, Matt? Good to see you, Matt the Cop. Yeah, so Warlock Pally is I think underrated. What else? What else? I think Shaman Druid. The fact that you can both heal and you both just have a lot of like crazy funky utility. You might think, oh, you know, the Wind Fury doesn't work for the Druid, blah 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 blah, but I just remembered Graze and I leveling that and it feeling really good. It felt super strong. We were blasting through the levels. Druid Rogue, yeah, Druid Rogue though, but that one's not really underrated. That's actually like an S tier duo because like the Druid's able to actually, you know, hold threat and taunt stuff, and the Rogue is able to play daggers and backstab. Double Rogue is sick, but we'll know that one. An underrated one would be like Warrior Rogue. Doesn't seem like it'd be good because warriors need healing, but there are people that can play it pretty well. Had a class with Duo Priest. Oh, Duo Priest. I did try out when we were doing all that discovery for the duo leveling videos and stuff. We did try going Priest Pally. But both people went all in with Holy. So the Pally was red actually. And the Priest was like Smite spec or something. And you're both two Holy Warriors. Double healing. It feels very flavorful. And the way we made it work is actually killing elite mobs. So you know how you get bonus XP from elite mobs? Like, I can't exactly remember why, but like, that's how you actually made that comp work. Like, that was the best XP per hour because you could kill elite mobs really easily, and you just like sit outside dungeons and like grind elite mobs. I need some meat badly. I don't. I just ate a ton of grilled chicken teriyaki from Panda Express. IRL streaming. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, though. We've been streaming about an hour, guys. Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions for me, let me know about Classic, about life, about pickleball, dad gaming, anything, man. Hardcore. The questions really help carry the stream. And if you're enjoying the content, definitely remember to follow or subscribe, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. We're streaming most every day now, doing IRL stuff as well. Good to be back with y'all. Double Pally, underrated, but can be good and really hard to die. Yeah, I never tried that one, actually. Never tried Double Pally. For a solo self-found warrior run, would you still recommend Herb Alk, or is it better to go NG? For solo self-found warrior run, man. If you feel like you're good enough to survive without target dummy, so that's going to come down to a individual player level. Like if you have a lot of experience with warrior, you feel comfortable and you're okay with like playing safer because you don't have dummy. That's the greed play to go Herb Alk. And ultimately Herb Alk does more for you than NG. Like if you play it perfect and stuff, because just being able to have Mongoose, like you can reliably, easily farm up Mongoose, is so nice. You know, it's so nice. It's so OP. Being able to have like all the different potions, elixirs, the protection potions. All right, let's not die in here, guys. We died in here yesterday. Because that middle thing is not actually a safe spot. No questions here, but thank you so much for your class leveling, guys. It was a huge help for me. Oh, no worries, man. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Travis Scott. Travis Scott, big fan of your music, brother. Big fan. I get those goosebumps every time you come around. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those commas. That's him, right? I was mentioning this to Gray earlier. But do you think a fun seasonal vanilla change would be to remove the group XP penalty? 2 to 5 man groups. Encouraging the group into harder challenges. Encouraging them to group. I think people already group though, but like dungeon cleave. I think like honestly like make it like my favorite iteration of vanilla where it feels the best and it's like how things should be is when they buff the open world. Actually, they buff the open world and the average mob is just tougher. It has more armor, it deals more damage. Ideally it's a PvP server, right? And you are scared. You are scared out in the open world. You are exhausted out in the open world, and you're mainly scared because it's a high pop PvP server and it's like a fresh or something, that there's tons of people roaming around in groups doing quests and killing you, and then you have to run back and waste a ton of time, and it's genuinely hard to complete quests as some classes. Like I remember distinctly on Everlook, right? I was solo leveling. I was on a warrior. And there's that quest to get the Zanzil's mixtures in STV. You know the one I'm talking about? It's right by the Gurubashi arena. You have to go kill like these undead guys and you do a little green thing. You have to get 12 of them. That quest was so fucking hard to do solo on Everlook. Like those mobs were built different. And there were like so much alliance, like just teams of dwarves everywhere. I was playing a rogue actually. It wasn't a warrior. And like you're just desperately looking for someone to group up with. Like it's tuned in a way that you naturally want to group up with people. It just makes things smoother and easier, and you're more protected in case there's other people out there. They're not necessarily going to pick on you because you have a team as well. Like that's when it feels the best, in my opinion. And like private servers, the dungeon XP values were tuned in a way that they weren't super OP. Like, oh my gosh, bro. We pulled 2 and we have no potion. Should be okay, though. We have Gladius. Just kite a little bit. Hoping for no like, respawn on top of this, though. Rend that. Okay. Yo, this is such a dangerous era, though, of like playing like a hardcore warrior or something. The pre-potion era. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Like right now I have no options. There's nothing I can do really to recover in any kind of situation. I'm either on the right side of the math or the wrong side of the math right now, with no potion, nothing like that. But yeah, that's It's kind of what I'm saying. Like, the world should feel tiresome. And I remember playing Everlook, right? I was playing there with C-Dank, with Asmus, and you would do dungeons not because it's the best XP per hour, but to take a break. To take a break from being relentlessly killed by dwarf priests. To take a break from getting farmed by Alliance. To be able to, like, oh my gosh, dude, 30 health. Sheesh, man. You did dungeons just to escape the cruelty of the open world and how punishing it can be when you're getting like ganked and stuff like that. And you had no problem just doing a couple runs of dungeons with these random people because, you know, it's better, it's chill. It's better than being out there. But I feel like that's very immersive when it's tuned in that way. So I think that's when the world is at its best, when the world has teeth. And in my perfect dream ideal version of like 112 or vanilla, you would do it that way. Just the average mobs would have more health, more armor, more damage. So the quests are going to be harder. You're going to be encouraged to group. And in my perfect like ideal vanilla server as well, the dungeon XP values would be nerfed, just to make it a little bit more comparable to leveling normally. Gosh, man, if only you could stream private servers so we could see a server with that, like that with streamers on it. Yeah. I mean, they have the opportunity to do it with Classic Plus, man. If they're gonna make it fresh and actually, you know, do this for real, they could do that. They could make the open world harder. Everything pre 1.11 is nerfed.
How are
Wait,
you?
Sandown, were you the guy who had the Stormrend pet that was killing me? You can be honest, man. If you are, it's all good. It wouldn't be the first time I've like, you know, made amends with my griefers and stuff, man. I'm just curious. It's okay if you are. It was you, okay. That's what I figured, man. That's what I figured, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad we can kind of like just talk normally now. I love the sense of accomplishment of just completing a quest. You don't get that when the world is easy. Yeah. I don't know if the words I'm saying are connecting with some of you. Maybe some of you have played some of the private servers. Maybe some of you played Everlook, and you know what I'm saying. But that's when the tuning feels right. When the world feels painful. And dungeons are a sweet relief, a sweet vacation, a little R&R per se, a little rest and relaxation from the brutality that is the legions of dwarf priests and dwarf hunters roaming the lands, terrorizing you as a poor undead rogue. One more boar meat. There it is. Boom. 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 Travel to Goldshire. I'm down the pub at the moment, so lagging a bit. Phoenix since 2009. That's what's up, man. Down at the pub at the moment. Would you go hard with Classic Plus content if it came out? It would kind of depend. I'm trying to think of a world where I wouldn't. Like, they made Classic Plus in a way that would make me not want to play. Is there stuff they could do? I think there is. I think there is. If they made the classes feel unrecognizable, if they added, and it would be a combination of things, if they added Shaman to the Alliance, Paladins to the Horde, they revamp all the classes, made it kind of unrecognizable, they put WoW token in, which is, that actually isn't the biggest sin to me, the WoW token. I still am anti-WoW token, but like, it's, you know, and then, you know, there's still layers. The 14 system is still bricked. What else? Battle pets in the game. Collections in the game. You know, just all these things. And if they're like verbiage around it is that here's the new and improved, like
Need
better version of vanilla WoW. This is the vanilla that we always deserved, but
What
we
can I do
never
for you?
had. And they're
Light
implying
bless
that
you.
that is a better version of the game than
Well met.
112. That would piss me off, and I wouldn't play it probably. Yeah. And I'm not like someone who just says stuff like that and then I actually do play it. Like
Go with honor.
I literally did not touch Kata for even 1 millisecond. I haven't touched retail for 1 millisecond. I haven't touched, yeah, like MOP beta or whatever for 1 millisecond. Like I actually
Hey there.
don't care about.
See you
those games at all.
later. Have a good one. Safe travels.
Geez, no battle pets. I mean, they put it on the survey. What's up, Flower? You can call it Season of Cooperation, Punishing Open World, and Nerf Dungeon XP. There you go. Yeah,
Need
dude, I
something?
like that actually. That's a really good idea, Catastrophic. That's a really cool name too. It's actually really cool, dude.
Greetings.
I thought you
Need
enjoyed
help?
SOD a
Be
bit.
careful.
I mean, I did, man, for a second because it was new and shiny, and I don't have as much experience as
with
you
you.
guys. Like, you really
What
got.
can
I
I
mean,
do
you
for
got to
you?
really take it with a
Well, the
grain of salt,
Alliance.
and then I take my own opinion with a grain of salt because I did get a max level character on SOD, and I did get Prebis on a warrior,
See you around.
but I still never rated anything. Actually, no, I did do BFD.
Good day to you.
I did do BFD, but it was after all that stuff was like irrelevant, not irrelevant, but like the level cap was higher, you know? So like I rated BFD, I rated all the ones up to Sunken Temple, but there was, I think Sunken Temple was out. But I don't know, like that initial like new and shiny feeling wore off after some time. The idea of like just the runes and everything feeling, you know, the incursions, the runes, the glasses feeling kind of Frankenstein-y, like it's the type of thing that if SOD was on the table and all I had was SOD and I had to make the choice between playing SOD and like retail or MOP or something,
Hello.
of course I'm going to play SOD, and I could probably find enjoyment in it, you know, like I could probably play it and have
Hello.
fun, get into the meta. You know
See
what I
you
mean?
later.
But that's not the reality of the world. The reality of the world is it would take just a lot, and maybe it's impossible. Maybe I'm just fried in the brain for me to want to play anything over even just era, you know, or like anniversary or something like this I could play. But you know, they came out with a new raid for Vanilla WoW. In theory, the Scarlet Enclave. I didn't even touch it at all. I don't really like feel any FOMO or anything. That's just kind of a part of it for me, and I'll just keep reiterating it just so it makes sense in my own brain that I like playing the real patches. The real patches to me are like 112, 243, 335. They're established. They have lore. They have history. They have an established meta. You know, you can be a student of the game for each one of those static patches frozen in time. And that's like a valuable thing, to learn those things, to appreciate those things, to appreciate the meta, to become good in that environment, rather than to start Frankensteining these patches and creating something new. Then it starts to feel almost like fake to me, like a fun server or something. That makes sense? That's just me. I know that's not everyone's opinion, because a lot of people like Ascension WoW, they like Turtle WoW, they like all these type of things. What raids have you done in hardcore before? I have never done anything other than ZG. I did like 2 ZGs on my Defias Pillager Warrior, but I don't think I've stepped foot into MC even. I might have done the trash farms during Road to Rag, like just killing Molten Giants and stuff, but I have very little endgame hardcore raiding experience. So all this stuff with Frontier is going to be like kind of new to me, actually. SOD was fun, especially at the beginning where everyone was looking for runes and how to unlock them and so on, but they exaggerated too much with the changes. Yeah, I mean, almost everyone I ask about SOD, like, that's one thing that you guys are all really unified on, that Phase 1 was a blast. It was a blast. All we want is some balance changes for the meme spec and more content in the old world. Yeah, it's just tough, right? Because everyone has their own opinion. What's the meme spec? Ret Reckoning in PvP? What's the #1 meme spec in vanilla? Let me think. Probably had this discussion like a bazillion times, but if you had to choose one, and the specs are kind of fluid in vanilla, so it's tough to choose one. But let me see. If I had to choose one, gun to my head, blow my brains out if I get it wrong. #1 meme spec. It's not Feral. It's not. You know, it's probably like Enhance. But at the same time, like, it's just a Shaman at the end of the day. Shaman has utility. It's probably it probably is a balanced druid. I think it's balance. Like if you actually were just in there trying to like PvE pump his balance. Is that my final answer? And Prot Pally like has certain applications. I think it's balanced druid. Yeah, I really do. Ret? The thing is though, bro, like why I'm hesitant to say Ret is the meme spec is because at the end of the day, that's a Shaman and that's a Paladin. And brown class Zug Zug, Go Face, big Giga Chad Warrior, DPS, melee group, Andes, like they don't really care what you do or what you play. You're not a Giga Chad melee DPS brown or yellow class. Like they just want a Paladin because they need all buffs. They just want a Shaman because they want all buffs. If you go Enhance, knock yourself out. They're literally not spending one brain cell caring about your character. Like, you're a Shaman and you're a Paladin at the end of the day. You're desired. You're in demand. You bring stuff that's essential. You can't raid if you're missing a Pally buff. Like, and it's the same thing with Shaman. So, like, you know, but the thing is, Druids are non-essential. Like, they literally don't need to be there. They just don't need to be there. It's like it's actually the one class that is not essential, right? Because even Warlock, like, you could say maybe Warlock, but the curses are pretty essential. You kind of need the curses. No way, Boomy can equip AQ40 gear and arcane damage and do decent DPS. But what is it then? Because ultimately, like, even if they do decent DPS, even if their DPS is better than Enhancement, even if their DPS is better than Retribution, they're still just a druid. Who cares? A druid. It's doing nothing. It's doing nothing for the melee group. Therefore, you're irrelevant. Question A, do you buff the melee group? If you do, proceed to the next step. If you don't, you're dead. You're dead to them. Leader of the pack. That's Feral though, no? That's Feral, that's different. At least one for Mark, right? But is Mark essential? Like what does max rank Mark give you? How much stats? It's how much of each. Like maybe I'm underestimating Mark. I hope so, because I want to believe that druids are kind of essential, but ultimately, like, missing a little bit of a chunk of stats, of general stats across the board, because that's what Mark is. It's like all stats. Is that really, are you missing something essential? Like, ask a warrior right now that's pumping. Would you rather raid with no might buff or no Mark buff? What are they going to say? Like, no blessing of might or no Mark. Mark is huge on hardcore, holy paladins. Could you argue mage? That mage is not essential? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, maybe you could actually. I mean, you could argue that it is essential though, just in terms of like a gear distribution standpoint. Like you can't stack too much brown class because in a practical sense, it's tough to gear them all out and like, you know, just manage that. So mages do solid DPS and they're just like the whole other type of gearing. You know what I mean? But yeah, is that essential though? I see what you mean though. I see what you mean. Oh yeah, decurse too. True. Druid has decurse too, so that does make them kind of essential. A little bit. But I do maintain Druid is the least essential class. It's nice to have Druid, but I think it's the least essential. Thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I was in a guild that tried to remove all mages. Yeah, thanks for the follows. I appreciate it, guys. I guess more relevant to the meme spec discussion is not whether you have anything essential, but rather if you have anything useful in multiples, because it's enough for one group. Whereas multiple shaman and paladins are always needed. Oh yeah, true. I see that. The thing about Ret though, you know why Ret isn't as much of a meme spec as you think? Is that, I mean, this might be obvious to you guys, but they're the one thing that scales with both all the spell power stuff and also all of the attack power stuff. They're the one class. Like, Enhanced Shaman maybe a little bit, but Ret, like, actually scales pretty good with all the spell power stuff. Like, you wear the Supreme Power Flask, and I think you can actually get like some pretty decent numbers out of a Ret Pally. Like, just, I bet you if you went to the actual logs right now and looked at like rank 1 through 50 Ret Paladin parses on any piece of content, you're gonna see these wild outliers where it's like some actual guy like pumped super hard on them and they're doing like 70 DPS. I mean, because they're also just like a melee at the end of the day. They just don't scale as hard. Fairy Fire, Mark of the Wild. Remind me again, guys. Like, why improve Fairy Fire is important. Like, can't you just Sunder? Is it that much better? What are we talking here? Or can't you just like imp EA? Is improved Fairy Fire actually like essential? Yeah, you rank 1 Ret. With rank 14 gear, you can do decent in raids. Oh, it stacks. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it's at... Ooh, so wait. What's... Just so I get my ducks in a row. If it stacks, what's more essential? Like Curse of Recklessness or Fairy Fire? Not Imp Fairy Fire, just a Fairy Fire. Like what moves the needle more? I'm yawning so much, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know you're washed, man, when you're actively drinking an energy drink with 200 milligrams of caffeine and you're like yawning and sleepy. They both need it, but Rec is better. I see. If you come from TBC and play vanilla Ret, you will want to delete your character. That's so funny. Yeah, like if you're first time in vanilla and you play Ret in TBC, I could see that. I could totally see that. Oh, it probably plays the same. Oh man, this is actually scary. Holy dude, there's a caster kobold. Caster kobolds are built different. Still no potion. Still no potion. Yo, Elwyn Forest. Which starting zone is the stingiest with potions, guys? Which starting zone does not drop potions? For me, it's actually usually Dunmorrow. Dunmorrow is a stingy motherfucker, dude. They never get potions there. But I am getting unlucky in these last couple of human runs. Usually Elwyn Forest is quite a cornucopia of potions. Cornucopia of resources. Cornucopia. Cornucopia, what a word. Sunrow is always the worst. Yeah. Mulgore pretty juicy though. Mulgore's chill. Imp Fairy Fire is because, and it provides hit chance, which is huge. Imp Fairy Fire provides hit chance. I feel like any kind of armor debuff is big, right? Yeah, for sure. It's definitely gonna be like a high priority one. For sure. Well, what do you guys think though? Do you actually think it's possible, guys? Like to clear all the content in vanilla, no world buffs? Oh, dude, this is actually scary. Actually really fucking scary, dude. Actually, really fucking scared. I'm gonna reset. Like, we need to get out of this non-potion having timeline. We need to get to the guard over on the east. He gives you a couple potions, man. Like, this is just too much. This is just too much. Too much stress. Mulgore is a running simulator. I think it's possible, yes, but requires an insane amount of time. So MC, 100% possible. BWL, 100% possible. AQ, 20, and ZG, 100% possible. AQ 40 is really where it starts to get super Omega Monka, like those like big trash packs after twins and all those things. Like Ampi seems to feel pretty confident. I've never really ever in my life been able to do those trash packs like cleanly with any guild I've been part of. Like that, it's always kind of a mess, right? People die on those. It's just, there's something inherently like not clean about those packs. I don't know if you can really, you think you really can just unravel the puzzle and just like have it done perfectly in a perfectly sterile environment. You know, those huge giga massive packs like after the twins room, and then even twins itself. I think that's where Ampi died before. He's really scared of that. Dude, doing Sapphiron. Oh my gosh, bro. No world buffs. We'll see. And guild found. Agreed, it's all doable up for most players up until AQ 40 max. Classic bosses are designed to be killed without world buffs. We're just so used to phase 1 giga sweeps. And the thing is too, you know, there's no rank gear. So this this project with Frontier, you can't rank. That's what I'm saying. You can't rank. No rank gear. You know, you can't even get like 2-piece blue set if you're a warrior or something, right? Then guild found, no world buffs. You know, you add it all up, it is tough. You need hunter scouting before the raid to do it cleanly. What's up, Vile Poo? Like, you mean try to find like the perfect lockout with the trash and stuff? Welcome, brother. Such a good challenge. Can't wait to see what happens. Hell yeah, that's the spirit. What's up, Funkas? 2 first-time chatters. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Make sure you're following the stream. If you like the vibe, we're going to be, you know, streaming the whole thing with Frontier 2. Streaming TBC Arena. We play on Night Slayer as well, so yeah, we're on the anniversary servers, Elamac. Oh.
King's honor, friend. Well met. King's honor, friend.
All right, this guy gives us potions. Guard Thomas. Guard Tomas. Guard Tomas. You know the most memorable NPC in the game, guys? Antonio Pirelli. He's also probably the only Italian man in WoW Vanilla. Antonio Pirelli and Samantha Swifthoof. Well, how's the leveling splits? What's up? How you doing, Black Reaper? This run's actually pretty clean, dude. This run is actually pretty clean. Let me see what the plate is so far. An hour 28. It's not like the best thing ever, but I did spend some time setting this guy up. And we Yeah, it'll probably be like the 10, like an hour and 45 or so. Which is aight. It's out chunks of sausage and sprays beer. It was actually pretty easy for Frontier 1 to kill LK because they started on HC Arrow, so everything was out, so they were able to farm the first bosses in AQ. Frontier starts when there's still 1 to 2 months until AQ patch, so it's more time gated. Yeah, and Frontier 1, they just got help from everyone, right? Like they had full world buffs and it was just a straight up race. So this is no help from the brother or sister guild. I announced that earlier. I asked Stompy the other day. They don't want even the brother or sister guild trading. They want it to be all natural. Except a bundle of trouble. Mate, you're starting to like my 400-word essay with all that, with it. You're starting to look like my 400-word essay with all that ink. Yeah. I'm happy with it though, man. I actually really like it. I still want to get more. Not really so much on the front. Like I think I'm done here. Whoops. Nipples casually out, you know how it is. But I like the front, how it all looks. I don't think I'm gonna get any more here. I want to get stuff on my back and build out one of my legs a little bit more, and then I'll probably be close. I'm pretty much done. I don't think I'm gonna get anything on my neck, nothing on my hands. I kind of made that promise to my family that like I always have to look normal in a suit or like in professional attire.
Hello.
Even though I think some tattoos like on the neck and stuff look cool. But yeah, I don't think I think I'll be disowned if I cross that line.
See you around.
But that's the crazy thing, right? Like despite all this tattoos I have all over, I have 2 sleeves and my chest, and I have a good amount of my leg done. Like I still look completely normal if I wear just like a long sleeve dress shirt. You go through bulk cut phases. Looks like you maintain a pretty lean physique most of the times. Not really, man. I don't. I have a bad relationship with food though. Like I'm still very much like a fat kid at heart, and for me, like I just it's a constant struggle for me to I just try to stay lean. There's really no desire to bulk. I don't really want to be super gigantic or even strong or muscular if it means this is playing with fire, right? Gaining weight to me is playing with fire. I just want to be just like a lean type of physique, kind of like soccer player, tennis player physique. I just want to look decent with no shirt on. I want to be able to just like feel comfortable in my own skin, feel light, feel springy in a way. So I don't, but I don't have like the best mentality on like kind of like fitness gains, because like you kind of should go through bulking and cutting phases if you're trying to just like improve your physique. I mean, would you guys agree? Like, I probably would look better if I just had like 5 to 10 pounds more muscle on me. I would. But for me, it's like, it's tough, right? I don't want that to come. I don't want that to come with a bunch of extra, body fat and having to shave that off and all that type of stuff. So, I don't know. I don't really go through. I did in the past, like when I was younger, like in college years. So I'm about like 175 right now, right? When I was in college, and like I went to Temple, I was about 195 to 200, and I still had abs. It wasn't like crazy abs, but I still had some decent abs at 195 to 200, and I'm like 6 foot, right? So that's just way bigger than I am right now. And back then, I would actually eat like 2 Qdoba burrito bowls. Sometimes twice a day, dude. Like I would literally eat like a lot. Qdoba is basically Chipotle, but it's like Philadelphia Chipotle, like budget Chipotle. And I would go and get queso sauce on the bowls too, man. Like I was unhinged, man. I was eating a lot back then. So I was like way bigger back then, like. I don't think I looked as good though. Very few % of the population can successfully do bulking and cutting phases. Yo, Crueltix, thank you so much for that Prime, man. I appreciate that so much, dude. All the subs are huge. That's kind of like my metric for am I succeeding as a creator these days. I look at the sub count. I look at, like, is this worth my time and energy? So I appreciate that, man. And if anyone out there, you want to support me in a bigger way, that's definitely a way to do it with the subscription. So I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, some people like me just staying in bulk phase forever. Oh yeah. Yeah. I guess, like, that's the thing too, like, I do go through bulking and cutting phases, but it's more of like I'm bulking by having like a couple weeks of having a horrible diet, and it's like tons of carbs. It's not like calculated, like I'm eating tons of like steak and sweet potato and I'm like slowly scaling up that's just life, right? Like life throws curveballs at you. It's holiday season, whatever, and then you go a couple weeks where you like don't go to the gym, you eat poorly, and you do just gain a good chunk of weight, right? And then you have to cut that down again. So I don't know, like my mentality on it day to day, and it works for me to an extent, right? Like I feel pretty happy where I'm at right now. I could be better, but as I do try to eat as few carbs as possible per day. Like I shoot for like 0 carbs, but in reality I'm not eating 0 carbs. I get carbs in the milk, I get carbs in the sauce, I get carbs in the skin of the chicken I'm eating, I get carbs in the form of beer, I get carbs in the form of vodka, I get carbs in the form of, everything is carbs, bro. Everything is a carb. I swear, dude. You eat a salad, there's tons of carbs in it, So you aim small, miss small. That's my mentality on it. And yeah, that is like okay for me, because it's like high satiety, it tastes really good, you feel really full, and so it's like I'm striving to be keto, but I'm not clean enough to be keto, because keto is like 60 grams of carbs per day or less, right? And I probably eat more than that. So I don't think my body is actually like in ketosis, but it works good enough for me. I just try to keep the carbs as low as possible, and I feel better. My body is more full, and I feel more solid when I do that. So anyway, long story. Yeah, nobody is a machine except that one guy who's trying to live forever. Bigger cows, bigger numbers. It's sad how carbs have become maligned. It's all about quality. Sweet potatoes, whole grains, beans, fruits, vegetables are some of the healthiest foods in the world. I feel you, dude, but there's actually, some people don't know how to navigate that, myself included, perfectly. Like, how can I, because everyone's body's different, right? Different things work for different people. How can I personally navigate that space where I'm able to eat just like a healthy amount of carbs, and still either achieve my fitness goals or maintain or whatever, right? Like I haven't been able to do that. What works for me is what I do now. So, because the thing is, I don't really like cook much. That's the other problem. I don't cook much. And if you actually cook your own food, then you have complete control and liberation in terms of like what you put in your body. But if you're reliant on having to go out into the world and get stuff from either DoorDash or restaurants or fast food or fast casual, you see what I mean? That's why you kind of got to aim small, miss small with trying to eat as little carbs as possible, because everything is out there isn't necessarily those like super high quality, low GI, slow burn carbohydrates. It's like made to taste good. And yeah, but everyone's different, you know what I mean? Like that's the crazy thing about fitness, truly. Like everyone's body's different, different things work for different people. You know what I mean? Like they say that, how they say that milk takes you out of a fast? That any kind of calorie is going to spike your insulin a little bit and take you out of a fasted state. It makes sense in theory. Like if you're trying to fast, do OMAD, intermittent fasting, 16-8, whatever you're trying to do, 24. It makes sense. You're eating calories. It's going to spike your insulin a little bit. It's going to pull you out of a fasted state. But
Looking for something specific?
you can still like successfully fast.
How are you?
Even if you, because I've done it myself, right? Like you can still fast even if you have like some cream in your coffee in the morning. Like that's the strategy still works. And I think what it is it like, yeah, maybe a little bit it pulls you out of a fasted state, but then it dips back down again pretty quick, and then you go back into that fasted state. So it's just like there's no hard and fast rule that's just always like 100% true in all situations, right? And for me, like, you might think to yourself, like, oh, why do you even have cream in your coffee? Just, you know, be a big boy. Just drink black coffee. Just be a big boy, dude. Just drink black coffee. It's a satiety thing for me. Like, having some cream in my coffee, even just a little bit, really is worth it. Like, I stay full, I stay motivated, I don't really, like, feel hunger pains. Like, I get a lot more satisfaction out of my coffee. You know what I mean? So that's what's the Chipotle order? My Chipotle order is bowl, of course, burrito bowl. I think it's either the steak or the barbacoa. Barbacoa is like the shredded one, right? Or is that the carnitas? I like the shredded one. Or the steak cubes. Double that. Double bean, black bean though. Black bean, double meat, no rice, no cheese. Even though I like all that stuff, it's delicious. And then I go, sometimes I do, they have that little bin that has the green peppers and onions. You add that. And then the only lube you add to the bowl is some of the hot sauce. And then I'll do a little bit of corn. And if I'm feeling a little bit spicy that day, like I have some, you know, some calories to spare, I'll have them add a little bit of sour cream, just a touch, right? Just to lube it up a little bit. And that's it. And that's a highly delicious meal, and I want to think the macros are pretty good on it. So you're getting a ton of protein, it's a good price. Need more lube, Sag. Yeah. Anyone else here watch Renaissance Periodization? That's where I get most of my info. Is that a YouTube channel? What's up, Leffins? You have to meal prep. Anything else is going to take a lot more effort or money. What's up, Mr. Krabs? In my 3-year fitness journey, I was never able to do a proper lean bulk. For me, staying lean and trying to maintain is the strategy. I get to look good year-round, restrictive diet, but I try to gain basically. Try to eat that much pound body weight. Ooh, there's a soul of iron right here, monk ass. The one thing that I will share that has been consistent for me though is that even if you're not trying to like gain muscle and become some like Giga Chad, it actually is worth it to have protein shakes or bars and stuff like that. And you might think to yourself, it's tough, right? Because you're like, do I eat this bar or shake? Like, I'm trying to eat this so I can lose weight, but it's counterintuitive because this is calories. Like, I'm eating calories in order to be at a caloric deficit. So it's like I'm taking a step backwards to go 2 steps forward. You know what I mean? But it actually is worth it because basically if you do have a couple shakes and a couple bars, you really do get ahead of it, like in terms of your hunger cravings, and you won't make as bad decisions and you'll actually stay full. So like it's an investment. You like invest 200 calories or 400 calories right now so you can save 1K later. Does that make sense? But and that's something I have to remind myself of that like you just make that investment right now. You know, you're feeling hungry, just literally drink like 2 shakes right now, and then you're probably not going to be feeling hungry in like 15 minutes. I make chili con carne and it stays for 4 days. Great macros with minimal price. Yes, but I believe to be still being able to get in a cut by hitting the gym 7 days a week and train with high intensity, I was able to gain muscle in a cut. Yeah, no, I mean, some people call it noob gains. Some people just, you know, it's a genetic, you're just a genetic specimen. You're just an anomaly. But I do think it is possible to gain strength and muscle while being in a deficit. I actually do believe that's possible. Oh man, we got a massive raid from Grays, dude. Thank you so much, Gray. I appreciate it, dude. Yo, Poggers, man. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. How's everything going? Were you doing speedrunning today? I didn't check in so much today, my bad. I did some IRL stream earlier. We went to Target, we played some pickleball, we went to the gym. Got a good lift today, I was feeling good. Now we're gaming a bit. So hyped for tomorrow, hell yeah. Yeah, so there's a big leveling race tomorrow. I'm casting it with Brother Omp. Just like the good old days, man. Just like the hardcore community cups. Yeah, one's in the chat if you were there, man. If you watched one of those or played in one of those hardcore community cups. There was like 7 of them total. It was a good time, man. Good time. We did duo ones, solo ones, and we're running it back. Like, that's what this is. It's literally going to be Ampi, No Hit, Jerome, and me casting. And that's the same people that was casting like the early hardcore community cups. Like, I'm pretty sure hardcore community cup #1 was exactly that, but there was also Dokken. So tomorrow it starts 8 a.m. PST. Everybody's invited to play, or you can just come watch on Twitch. I'll be live. Ampi will be live. It'll be a fun, long day of just talking about WoW, talking about life, catching up with Brother Amp, and talking about Frontier and all that good stuff. The hardcore leveling race is back. Yeah, buddy. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. PST. That's when it starts. We'll probably be live around 7, I would imagine. But thank you so much for that raid, Gray. I appreciate it, dude. If you have any questions for me, guys, if you're curious why this, this man is wearing a sports bra or anything like that, if you have any questions, I'm an open book. Talk about anything. Nothing is off limits. Talk about WoW. We talk about life. We were just talking about fitness when you guys walked in, or not fitness so much, but like eating. I think we were talking about like just. I think we were talking about. Oh, remind me, chat. What were we talking about? I think I was talking about like just, is it worth it to like drink protein shakes and bars and stuff like that? And in my experience, it is, right. What are these? What do they say? There's some expression where it's like, oh, you feel hungry, oh, you feel like you can't control your hunger cravings. Well, try to naturally eat, 300 grams of protein naturally and see if you're still hungry. Protein is like the key, man, to just make it so you don't feel terrible and you can manage your hunger pains and stuff like that, HCC 5 is my all-time favorite. You, Gray's, Doc, and Winky was hilarious to watch. Nampi kited Serena to the X-Roads. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. I remember that one, actually. Do we need to set self-found mode on for tomorrow? Oh, interesting. I'm not sure, dude. I would, right? I would. Like, can you turn it off once you start, guys? Like, let's say after the leveling cup, you want to keep playing that character. Can you turn it off at some point? Or are you actually stuck until 60 and then it goes away? You can, right? Yeah, so if you want to crit your character, get like a tiny bit arrested or something right now, you could. There's probably going to be a naming convention, though. So he's going to put out, put this in your name. I wouldn't even bother, honestly. Just get your bars set up. Download the Front 2 add-on. And major cities, you turn it off. You think some classes won't have a 20 winner? I think a 20 priest will be tough in 8 hours. Possible. But you and me both know that if one guy is playing priest tomorrow, then they will get level 20 in time. There is one guy who is built different. And he goes John Wick on priest, dude. He literally just goes John Wick. He's crazy. But we'll see if he's playing. You think he's playing tomorrow at Midicor? I haven't heard from that guy in a long time. Ooh, we have a potion, massive. What was your favorite duo with Grays? I loved when Grays... Oh, drowned out in VFD? Yeah. Oh, man, my favorite duo with Grays? Ever? I mean, it has to be our Hunter Druid on Road to Rag. It's my all-time favorite gaming memory, dude. It's literally my all-time favorite gaming memory. All time. It was the blessed run. On the first real hardcore fresh, I duo leveled one of my best buds in WoW. The odds were stacked against us. Everyone thought we were going to die and that we were trolling and people weren't taking us seriously. And we practiced and practiced, and we had this big plan, and we actually did execute the plan, and we almost died a bunch of times. It was definitely not like free from disasters, potential disasters. But we did it, man. We did it. We got to 60. We were some of the fastest, just point blank period to 60 in Psalm. And we did every dungeon in the game with Tommy, Tactics, Duranosaur. It was awesome. And that was Hunter Druid. But in terms of just like actual, just straight up like comp synergy and how fun it is to play, not in terms of the run itself. My favorite was probably Lock Druid with Grace. That was but a sliver in time. Like if you were there watching that, like you thought it just, we only did it for like a week or something, or maybe 2 weeks. But I was going sicko mode on the lock, just like dotting everything. And Graze was basically got Insect Swarm on Druid, and he was dotting stuff up as well with Insect Swarm and Moonfire, and just healing me like crazy. And I was looting nothing. I was literally just W key everywhere, just tap 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 W key, like really just abusing my healer. That was really fun. We leveled so fast. Bro, y'all's do it when you got the epic two-handed sword. Oh yeah, Soul Thras. Oh no, the epic two-handed sword. Yeah. When I got what was it called? Oh, Nightblade. Dude, I've gotten Nightblade, guys, like 4 times on hardcore runs. Nightblade is my weapon. It was a weapon made for me. It's like Excalibur, dude. It comes back to me every time. I've literally got, maybe it's even been 5 times. A ridiculous amount of times it's dropped for me. Okay. Prowlers, Young Forest Bears. Duo leveling is so much fun, man. Yeah, I agree. It is really a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah, thanks a lot for that raid, though, dude. We have a lot of people watching right now. 300 people on Twitch. You see how much we got on YouTube. We always got about just a solid 100 on YouTube. Just a solid hundo anytime. Any time of day, morning or night. We got about 400 people watching, man. I appreciate you, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I do feel blessed to be able to play my favorite game and be able to, you know, share it with people and like just talk about it. And something that I missed. I missed when I was not doing this, or when I'm into other stuff like pickleball or whatever, and I don't have a platform, I don't have a base, I don't have people to talk with. I missed it, man. You know, you forget what it's like to just not have it, right? Like I was used to putting out videos on YouTube, and at bare minimum, you know, you'll get maybe like 5,000-10,000 people watching it. I put some pickleball content out there, fresh channel, you know, it's like you get like 6 views on a video or something, and you're like, damn, man, I really had a base with WoW. Like, I actually had a base of supporters over there. Like, and it's hard to get that. Actually, it's really, I think it's harder than ever, you know, to get your foot in the door as like a creator. Just so competitive, and it's so brutal. So I'm actually I'm in the process of rebranding my whole Cargo's like brand and channel and stuff, guys. Just full transparency to you. I want to be a little bit more versatile, not to be fully stuck on the WoW plantation 100%. Like, I want to do IRL streams more, which I have been doing. I've done a handful of them already now, and it's been really fun. IRL stuff, pickleball, gym, food reviews, just living life, and having it all be part of like this like Cargo's brand. So I'm gonna do a whole like logo redesign and all that good stuff. What's the best 2s comp to climb with in TBC that's not Rogue Mage? The best 2s comp to climb with. Gun to my head, that's not Rogue Mage. You're not going to want to hear this, but I think it's DPR. Because DPR, even though it's healer DPS, is very aggressive. Priest is a very offensive healer in TBC. Just between the burns and the damage that they do, I feel like the games are going to be over actually kind of quick, even though you're playing healer DPS, playing DPR.
Light
And it is an S tier comp. Like, maybe in a vacuum, Rogue Druid has better matchups and beats DPR overall more times and scales harder into the later seasons. But Druid Rogue games, on average, I think would last a lot longer than Priest Rogue games. Druid is a less aggressive healer
Good day
in
to you.
a lot of ways than Priest. So that's one option. If you want to
See
play
you
double
around.
DPS though, if you want to play double DPS and you don't want to play Rogue Mage, probably Rogue or Rogue Feral. Rogue is just obnoxious. It is very good though. It's just you're playing the most cracked class twice. And then Rogue Feral is like some Spotman, Petrax deck. Those would be my recommendations. Best channel to lurk, much love. Yeah. Oh, thanks for hanging out, guys. What are your odds of dying before 60? If I'm being completely honest with you, not Liquid Fear, first time in the chat. I don't know, dude. It's been a while since I've completed a hardcore run. And like I want to believe like I'm the main character of the story, right? Like I want to be able to believe that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be able to do it. Because I will try my hardest. I will actually take the game mode seriously, especially for the real thing. But there is like definitely a chance I don't make it. Definitely, man. Because I'm not the best at like playing and also streaming and staying focused. I like get distracted, watch the chat, I'm talking about something. So I can pretty easily die to something dumb, just not paying attention. So how do I counteract that? I think I just need to try to stay in a duo as much as possible, stay with the healer, somebody that can just kind of look after me a bit to make sure like, oh, you're about to walk off a cliff, buddy. But it's definitely a very real concern that like I just don't make it, and that's the nightmare scenario. That I want to play in Frontier 2. All my friends are playing. They're there at 60. They're doing the previous grind, and I just die, fumble the bag once more, and that's the way she goes. We do our best though. What monitor size / resolution creates this beautiful picture? This is just 1920 by 1080. I do have an ultra wide monitor as well. That's what I was streaming on before, and I don't know if anyone misses it. It's just a different resolution. It looks really good on your phone because it matches your horizontal screen. But a lot of people have also advised me against it, saying that you're going to lose a certain amount of viewers that get annoyed by that perspective. And this is just a normal size monitor, standard display dimensions. Your friends and the unfazed guys. What you even play in front to? I'm playing Warrior, man. Warrior. Sometimes you play your best when it's the first run back. How it is when I take a break from golf, disc golf, first round back is always the best. Yeah, you're taking it super seriously. You're not burned out. You're playing with finesse and care. That's what I'm saying, Grace. I do think like, when you're duo leveling on an actual fresh, you do have a higher chance of completing that run, right? It's fun, you're locked in, it's fresh, you're not tilted. It's exciting, everyone's playing. I think you're focused, you're locked in. So I'm optimistic that I'll be able to get it done. What about you though, Graze? Are you still here, man? Are you gonna level solo, you think? You're gonna try to find someone to duo with, or? And we can like trio and stuff too, man. I'm down. I mean, trio's kind of scuffed, or we could just get together, do the dungeons every X number of levels. I don't know how hard you're gonna go as well. I think my plan. First day, I'm gonna play a lot. First day is probably gonna be like 18 hours, but then after like the first day, I'm probably gonna play 10 hours per day. And you might think that's casual, but it's hardcore. Like I'm trying to be cognizant of like not playing too much when I'm tired or whatever, right? And just a little bit slow and steady wins the race type of thing, right? Because if you're playing 10 hours a day, that's still a lot. And, you know, if you're just being efficient with your time, you're going to be there on time, like with everybody else. You'll be there. Are you going to start making YouTube videos again? I think I will start making YouTube videos come TBC. The TBC content I think is going to be worth it to make guides and stuff for. My plan is to try to create like introductory twos comps guides for TBC. We can get some of the players, like I'm buddies actually with Azzygodx. Anybody know Azzygodx? He's one of the best PvPers. He's like rank 1 on the Warmade server right now. I actually did some content with him before, like on Dark Portal. Nice guy, English lad, and he's really good at Warrior and stuff. So, you know, people like him, like getting him on to do like an introductory guide for Warrior Druid. Wouldn't that be sick content? It'd be so good. Like, and we just kind of have that conversation together. We're talking about Warrior Druid. I'll give my take on it too, and just be like, this is why it's fun. And like, it doesn't have to be the most comprehensive thing ever, but like, it just kind of gets people hyped up to play Warrior Druid. They get to understand like the basic script and strategy, and just do that with, you know, like all the twos comps. What will you play in TBC? I'm still unsure about that as well, but I mean, what I am sure about is like, it's going to be multiple classes and multiple characters. I'm leveling up a Warlock on Night Slayer right now. He's 53. So, Warlock for sure. There's a chance my main could be Rogue, though. There's a chance my main could be Dwarf Priest. Who knows? But the Warlock's 53, so we're looking good on that front. What level is your Horde character? I have a Horde Rogue, level 44. 44 Horde Rogue on Night Slayer, undead. Are you on Horde, TJ Media? I always see you as an Alliance guy. You went Horde this time around? Any more Christmas songs coming out? I have a couple songs that I've fully written, just like down on the notepad of my phone, and I sing them in the car all the time. To some fun, like, you know, like tracks, and they're pretty funny. They're pretty good, but I need to record them still, and I don't really have the equipment anymore to record it myself. So I gotta get over to Winky's house at some point and just do like a whole session there, like stay there for like 2 days and just like make some funny music at his house. We work pretty fast when we're together. Write a song about charging Chuck in the Barrens. Who's that? Alright, there's the bandanas. Bandana. Gucci bandana. Grind to 3,400. Okay. I grind to 3,400, boys. He fucking loves you, mate. Who is that though? Who's charging Chuck? Is that like an unfazed guy or something? You're in unfazed, aren't you, Sandown? Said at 5 o'clock, bruh. Arnell and Kev wants to play. Oh, at 5? Okay. 5. So I have like an hour. I have like an hour. Okay. Yo, good to see you, Alex. Sounds good, brother. I'll be there. He fucking loves you, mate, for removing Stormrend, Rend Griefer. Oh, he's an unfazed guy. Is that the Hunter Anjing? Oh no, you're Anjing. You're probably Anjing. He's probably the Orc Rogue. Yeah, Chick is an unfazed. Oh, it's a Chick? Oh, it's a Chuck. Gotcha, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. We take those. I bear this burden. No regrets, man. The petition, I still die on that hill, man. It was a good thing. We got Stormrend taken out. Like, it was a good thing. I honest to God believe that. Yeah, I honest to God believe that. How did you lose so much weight? Like I said, intermittent fasting was the main thing that worked for me. And if that's like an intimidating term, all that really is just not eating. And you do eventually have to eat, obviously, but the first step is just realizing that it's okay to not eat, even for extended periods of time. You know how your mom and your dad and all of your aunties and your uncles, like, you're growing up as a kid and they're always so worried about you. Oh, you didn't eat, like, you know, for like 8 hours or something. Like, you're gonna waste away. You're like recalibrating your brain so that you are okay with not eating for a long period of time, and that when you feel hunger pains, you are able to just lock in and go, this is a hunger pain right now. I feel uncomfortable, but, you know, like, I'm just gonna push through this, and it's okay. It's actually healthy to push through this, and it's like scientifically proven that organisms that are in like a slight state of starvation do better, live longer. You know, all the benefits of like autophagy and stuff. You guys been hearing about that? Nobel Peace Prizes, all that. Like, you have to be in like a fasted state for like at least 18 hours for it to like activate. And, you know, you just, if you're trying to lose weight, you just have to be in the wavelength that pretty much, in order for your body to go tap into all that stored energy, which is what fat is, like around your midsection or wherever, you just have to not. It's really just that simple. Like, your body has to go long enough, your insulin levels have to dip low enough that your body like almost has no choice. That it's like, well, this guy's really just like not eating. Like, what do we do? Okay, we're gonna go into the basement. We're gonna unlock the freezer. We're gonna go start de-thawing some of the food down in the basement freezer, and we'll use that. And that's really like, that's really the meat and potatoes of it. Just don't eat. Eat once a day. You know, limit your eating window to like a smaller window of time instead of, which is kind of crazy because we got griefed actually by medicine for a while. I don't know when exactly this was. I feel like I was in my early teens when this information was going around, but you remember the information that was going around when they were telling us to eat like every 3 hours or it was unhealthy, and you need to snack on nuts and dried fruits and little things like that every 3 hours. I swear that was actually the meta for a while. They were saying that that was the healthy way to do it. It's actually like the worst advice ever. But that's how I did it, man. Just not eating and timing your meals so that, you know, yeah. You must have been so tired. I need to eat for energy. I mean, you're actually not, though. Believe it or not, you look down right now and you see that belly you have, actually really high quality energy source. It's your brain does really well running off of that food. It's like, it's kind of that stored energy. It's kind of like the nice gas at the gas station. Really, it's really good. So once your body starts using that for energy, it's actually the opposite. You get super hyper. You can't sleep anymore. You have a hard time sleeping. Yeah, you just want to read at night. Like, you literally can't sleep and you get kind of addicted to it. It's almost like a high when you're fasting. And then you want to fast longer and longer because the feeling is so good. You have so much more energy, you have more time. So, but I feel you though, at the start, it does kind of suck as your body is adjusting to that and you're getting used to pushing through those initial hunger pains. And it does feel like, oh man, I'm famished. I need to eat something right now, or GG, no re. But in reality, you can push through. Those hunger cravings are just, it's just a hormone that's like signaling your brain. It's called ghrelin, telling you, hey man, I'm hungry. But that doesn't just keep raising and raising and raising until you die. Like, it goes down. So, you know, I make mistakes too. Like, I'm honestly far from perfect. Like, talk a big game, but I mess up too. I eat. I'm not always fasting. But like, that is the correct mentality, in my opinion, to have on like weight loss. Just need to like not eat that. There's no scientific evidence that proves fasting is more efficient than just normal eating. Even eating every few hours, it's all just calories in versus calories out. I mean, 100%, dude. Like, I mean, it's, everyone's different. different things, different strats work better for different people. I think the one factor that makes it so there's not one size fits all solution in terms of weight loss and getting in good shape is people's mental health. Actually, people have a lot of demons chasing them. People have a lot of problems, and it's like whatever's going to keep you sane, you know what I mean, and consistent. There's a lot of ways to build the car. You could probably get in amazing shape eating only carbohydrates. You can get in amazing shape probably eating only fat. You could probably get in amazing shape only eating protein. There's just like a different way to do it.
King's
So
honor,
different things
friend.
work for different people. But like the best thing,
Need
well, not
help?
the best thing, but one of the best things about fasting is that basically it makes it so that there's a low chance of user error. It makes it so it's like, because it's super obvious what you need to do, I'm just eating once per day. It's harder to mess that up. You see what I'm saying? Where if you're eating, every 3-4 hours, and there's no scientific proof,
need
blah, blah, blah,
something?
blah. Think about how many times you have an opportunity to mess up. You could just mess up, man, and just
Have
like
a good one.
eat 400 calories more because you just didn't calculate something properly, or whatever. But everything works different for different people. How big was that one meal per day? Pretty substantial. Like it'd be like 1,500, 1,800 calories, like a big meal, and like I wouldn't even be that clean with it. Like I'd have a cookie. I'd have like this is when I was losing a lot of weight. Like I was like 240 when I started, right? 75 now. So, back when I'm like 220 pounds or whatever, and I'm still pretty chunky. I'm still pretty big. Like I would try to eat my meal as close as I could to the nighttime, ideally, because I hate falling asleep on an empty stomach. So I just try to hang in there until it's like getting kind of dark out, maybe 5-6 p.m. Then have like a big meal. Sometimes I wouldn't be able to handle it. I'd eat it during lunch, but it wasn't even the cleanest thing. Like, just eat what you want, and then that's it. You take any drugs to help? No. I never had any like TRT, roids, anything like that. I took a T booster, but who knows if that even does anything. You know what I mean? I just took that because it got good reviews. Creatine, monohydrate is really all you need for that. Pre-workout. Never any like Ozempic or what's the other one called? Ozempic or Wegovy. I would have been down though if I could have got those. They're just expensive, bro. It's like $1,000 a month or something like that to get that. But I'm a bit jealous that you can just take that and it's easy mode now. You could just lose all that weight probably way easier and not have to put in the work. But at the same time, I'm just happy for people that they can, if that works for them, it works for them. Ozempic is hella expensive. I can't even picture you fat, to be honest. Go to YouTube and just type in some of my old guides from 2019. You'll see I was chunky. You lost all the fat on your body, bro. Yeah, I'm like 175 right now. Ozempic is hella expensive. Oh god, we're not out here, guys. We're running through Redridge. What were some problems you had to deal with while fasting on your weight loss journey? Problems. What problems did I have? I found it really hard to resist eating when I get invited to a social event. That was really tough. And I made a lot of mistakes there because I just couldn't help it. I would just eat during then. But you have to adapt. Like if you know you have a social event, then you have to plan that out. So that's going to be your meal of the day. Like I got into a headspace actually where it's like, because I'm a very social creature. Like I'm doing stuff with people every day, right?
Hey there.
It's my natural way.
Be careful.
That I got to the point where it was like, I should almost never just be eating on my own. That's a grief. because I know I'm gonna have to link up with people and break bread with someone at some point today, like whether it's my friends at the gym or my family or whatever. That was almost like my general rule of thumb. That I'm like, just whenever that ends up being,
Looking
whatever
for
meal that
something
ends up
specific?
being, that I'm gonna have to like eat with people. That'll be my one meal per day. But it took me a little while to
See you later.
get into that mentality, you know. Oh, you have to cancel the set? All right, man. Oh, so no pickleball today? All right, sounds good, bro. Hope you're
Greetings.
doing good, man.
Be careful. For the
No
Alliance,
pickleball today.
light bless you.
No pickleball, and it's Friday. Is it Friday night, guys? Is it really Friday? Let me see. Oh my God, it is Friday.
Good day to you.
Anybody turning up tonight, dude? Anyone turning up?
Need
Anybody
something?
pre-gaming right now?
Hello.
Did you have a lot of water weight fluctuations? Yeah, that's another one, dude. Yeah, I like these questions a lot. So what I would do if I had to do it all over again, right? Because some of you guys might be washed right now. You might be bad as hell right now, and you need to start this process today. Good news for you, brother. I got you covered. What you need to do, you need to get a scale, order a scale, and then you need to get a device on Amazon that you can blow into. You breathe into it for like 20 seconds straight, and it tells you if you're in like a fat burning state or a carb burning state. So carbs is like glycogen, right? It can tell by your breath. Your breath is different when you're burning fat. But like, sorry, my phone's ringing. It's just, I'll just turn it off 1 second. Let's turn it off. So like, yeah, if you're fat right now, one's in the chat if you're fat right now. It's okay. All right, fat, it's fine. Got you covered. Buy a scale, Amazon, $20. Put it in your bathroom. Don't be afraid of it. Take your same weight every morning at the exact same time. You wake up, take a piss, stand on the scale. Write the number down. Same time every day. And always keep in mind that thing can fluctuate like crazy, and then never take it too seriously. It can fluctuate like crazy. You're just looking for like a general trend over time. But you just take that same reading, take your earring off, take the same ritual every time when you take that, right? That's $20. Then I would buy a little ketone reader thing. You can buy the Lumen, that's what I bought, but it's expensive and you have to pay monthly for some subscription. In hindsight, was not worth it. I would just buy one off Amazon, like one of like the Chinese knockoff ones. It measures ketones in your breath. It's basically going to tell you if you're successfully burning fat or if you're burning carbs. If your diet's a little bit messed up, if you're eating too much carbs or whatever, like you'll be able to see it, right? Like your body is just burning the short-term like energy stores. You want it to be burning like the long-term energy stores, like the fat on your body, right? So those are the two main tools, right? And then if I was starting right now and I was fat, I wouldn't eat once a day. I think that's too extreme. I think you're going to be in too much pain. I think I would eat twice a day, but only like 4 hours apart. Like I would try to go, you know, you wake up in the morning, you hang in there, you probably eat something at 3, and then you eat something at 6 p.m. and that's it. Or maybe 3 and 7, and that's it. Try not to eat anything at all. And if you're going to eat it all, protein shake, protein bar, something like that. Like, don't just go eat Doritos, right? I wouldn't, if I was just starting to, I probably wouldn't even worry about exercise at the start. I would just worry about getting the fasting under control because it's a lot on your body and mind. But if you feel motivated enough, try to exercise as well, of course, right? Try to move around. It doesn't need to be like weightlifting. Just go for a jog or a walk or something. And that's it, man. That's it. Monitor it every morning. Make sure that it's going down in the scale over time, the general pattern. You know, for me, it took a lot longer than I thought to actually enter into like a ketogenic state. Some people think like, oh man, I haven't eaten like a day. Of course I'm going to be in a ketogenic state. Actually, no. Yo, it took me like 3-4 days for that reader. I was starting to get pissed off at the reader thinking it was broken. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not in a ketogenic state, dude? Like, I'm not really eating right now. And it's possible maybe the reader was bugged or messed up, but what I think it was is that you actually just like store a lot of glycogen in your body, like more than you think. So you have to like chew through all of it before you start, you know, and it actually does feel weird for anyone who's like gone through it as well. Like your breath is different, it has like a weird taste or smell to it. Your like the wavelength of your brain and mind, it's a little bit different. Like you actually kind of feel it
Can I help you?
when you finally
Safe
get
travels.
there. You'll know. You'll know when
Hello.
you're there. You know. So I don't know if this is helpful or interesting at all to you guys, but that's what I would do.
Have a good one.
I'm skinny as fuck. How much you eating now? I still do pretty much like one big meal, and then
What
outside
can
of that,
I do for you?
protein bars, protein shakes, and then my one vice, my one guilty pleasure is I usually, you know, maybe 4 out of 7 days I'll have a couple drinks at night, whether it's 2 beers or a vodka soda or something. It's helpful and interesting to me. I'm glad, man. Hey, want to try healing for the first time? Is Druid healing that bad? What do you guys think? Is Druid healing that bad? Rank 4 healing touch, rank 2 healing touch. Oh, we're level 10. You avoid sugars? Yeah, like what I've been saying on stream all day, like it's an aim small, miss small thing for me because I'm such a fat kid at heart, because I'm such a carb lover. Carbs are so freaking delicious and they're so plentiful and so everywhere that I try to aim small, miss small. I literally try to eat like 0 carbs. But then the reality is I probably end up consuming a healthy amount of carbs, which is like, you know, maybe like 80 to 100 grams of carbs per day. Through the coffees I drink, through the sauces that I'm dipping my chicken in, through, you know, just some of the alcohol, right? Like that's the bad thing that I do. That's all carbs, right? But to each their own. I see these drinks that say 0 sugar, then you look on the back and it's like 34 grams of sugar. Oh, maybe they mean like 0 added sugar or something like that. But yeah, there is such thing as sugar alcohol now too. So sugar alcohol basically just passes through your body and isn't like processed as like an actual sugar, like calories. So it ends up, you can actually have something that has sugar alcohol in it of a certain amount of grams, but it ends up being like a 0 net carb drink or food or bar or something like that, because it's like erythritol or allulose or one of those things that just passes through your body. You also do what is called gluconeogenesis, what is keeping your carbs getting burned for quite a while. What is the name of the thing you blow into to measure ketones? The official like expensive one, if you want to be bougie, it's called Lumen. It's LUMEN. It's got purple branding and stuff like that. I think the actual device is like $200. They give you like a month free for the service, and then you pay like $20 a month to use their app and ecosystem. And it's all right, but like honestly, like I would just get a Chinese
can I help
knockoff
you with?
one, no monthly
Be careful.
cost. It's probably way cheaper. It's probably like $50 or less, and it probably works the same. Yo, what's up, Gino? How you doing, man? How you doing, brother? But yeah, boys, we've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you very much for hanging out, Grace. Thank you for the raid, brother, if you're still here. We did an IRL stream today. We did some WoW as well for 2.5 hours. And maybe a night stream tonight. That's always a possibility. Just have to see how the cookie crumbles. I appreciate you guys very much. Hope some of this stuff has been interesting to talk about. If I don't see you for whatever reason, we'll be live tomorrow morning, bright and early, for the Frontier 2 Leveling Invitational Tournament Speed Run to 20. We are going to host somebody. We are going to host Payo. We'll host Payo. Haven't hosted him in a while. So say hi to Payo for me, and I will see you guys soon. I think Crick's playing Mop is the thing. I'm not trying to drop people on Mop. But see you guys real soon. We'll load up the raid. Thank you guys. See you real soon.